Welcome everyone to Narrativa Spotlight. Today, I'm Jennifer Bittinger, President of Narrativa. I'm so happy to have you here with us. As you know, Narrativa is an AI tech company that specializes in many industries, but one of my favorites is life sciences, because we are helping to automate various portions of regulatory documentation specifically for clinical trials. And I have some really wonderful guests who are joining me today for this little talk to share their stories about how clinical trials and the advancements in clinical trials directly and personally impacted their lives. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Josiah Nelson and Susan Nelson. Welcome to the show today. Great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And so, what was the pivotal moment in your lives that showed the value and importance of patient-centric care?
So Josiah was 6 years old when he was diagnosed with leukemia, ALL. So some of this he doesn't remember, and I'm thankful for that, honestly. But Josiah, when he was diagnosed, had an unusual involvement in that he had testicular involvement with his disease, and that is an involvement that crosses the blood-brain barrier. So he was at a large children's hospital here where he originally had treatment, and because it was this testicular involvement, which is like 2% of cases, they weren't really sure what we were going to do with that. The standard at that point was radiation, full body radiation, which comes with its own host of side effects and issues. So the doctors at the time, we had a wonderful doctor, went to I think it was the Children's Oncology Group, which is an international organization, and just began to explore what are the clinical trials, what has been going on in this world that might be an alternative. And there was an alternative, high-dose methotrexate alternative that had been in clinical trial, and they decided, in our case, we were the first people to use that, and it worked.
That's really great. And Josiah, for you personally, what kind of impact did this moment, and I know you probably can't remember all of it because you were 6 years old, but now, what have you seen growing up? How did this affect you and your family and even loved ones around you? This whole experience of having leukemia as a child.
Yeah, well, it's very common for families with children with blood cancer or any cancer really just to be pulled apart as kind of a result of all that, just the stress and the hardship of just everything involved in that. And it was our family really just, it was really impactful for me just to see how my family, we saw that at the forefront, and we took a firm stance in just not allowing that to take place in our life, and rather we used it to grow us closer and stronger together. And not only that, but it was just really amazing to see how the community, our church, just everyone rallied around us to support and lift us up through this difficult time. And it's really neat just to see how not only did it grow our family stronger, but our ties in the community and just our faith, and just it's just amazing just to see the impact it had both inside our family and outside. It was just truly an experience I could never have had otherwise.
Yeah. And out of that, I wanted to ask, were there any other organizations or doctors that really impacted you during that time, or that kind of helped you, along this journey?
Yeah, we were involved with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, different benefits, and as well as their Pennies for Patients program. We did. I did went to several different schools and gave some speeches and kind of helped rally some support for charities, and it was just really impactful for me just to see the importance of what these organizations are doing, and I just really it was really formative for me and my family at that age to be so involved in the community, just across Indiana.
That's so awesome. And so now, having this kind of almost immediate platform as a child to share your story. How do you now see, how has that led you to what you're doing now with your life? That's what I'm really excited to hear about too.
So as of yesterday, it's been 18 years.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a very timely interview. It's actually a little emotional for me.
Yeah.
But who would imagine 18 years later? I think one of the things that I saw in Josiah was a maturing and a stepping into being willing to use, as you said, that platform for good, even as a child. And it gave him tremendous opportunity to speak publicly and to meet all kinds of people, from celebrities to just to his doctors, and being able to advocate for himself, which was quite amazing at that age. And I still see it to this day. So, Jose, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think it played a little bit of a role in in college. I pursued my degree in selling and sales management. So I think it really kind of opened up my eyes to just being able to talk with people, just being able to be realistic with telling your story, and also hearing their story, and just finding ways to fit needs. And I just really found that it probably played a larger role than I realized in forming how I interact with people in my relationship building.
Yep.
So one of the organizations that for the charity I'm currently a part of, and my family's a part of, was founded by the American Legion. So they came alongside us in our community to help create our benefit ride to support children with or families with children with blood cancer. And I was the first child that they had chosen. It was first called the Eagle Ride, and then after the year I was chosen for it, they renamed it Josiah's Ride. And so that ride has now benefited over 20 families now to date, and we're still continuing. And I have just a deep-rooted passion just to keep being involved in things like that, just to kind of I was so amazing to see how all the support and love and just kept our family strong together and pulled us through that. And it was so impactful for me and my family that we just want to continue that forward. So I want to seek to be involved in any organization that wants to help families like mine who had to go through that experience or similar experiences. And I know for the rest of my life, I want to be continually involved in not only that charity, but companies such as yours and any other organizations that have the same mission at heart.
Yeah, I feel like that. It's Josiah's Ride, Cruising for the Cure. It's a motorcycle ride, an annual motorcycle ride. And not only is the day of that event very important, but throughout the year, it's a group of families that care for and lift up one another. We have just had another child in our community just in the last 2 weeks diagnosed with a blood cancer. And it is such a joy to offer ourselves as a group of families that we're here, when you're ready, when you need support, we are here and we understand. We started with not only the American Legion, but it was also started with the LLS. So that was kind of the partnership originally when it started.
Wow, that's so great. That's so great. How do you see technology and patient-centric developments impacting your future and the futures of others?
I think any advancement in technology, in an ability to allow patients and families to have a little more control, because that's one of the that happens is you've lost all sense of control. In some ways, your worst nightmare has now come true. So any sense of control that you can have, any sense of assurance that you can have, is helpful. So information is power, right? So I think all the gains that we've made in the last 18 years are nothing short of miraculous. They've not been curing, in our case, ALL. I think they started curing it in the 80s. So the advancements, the sky's the limit. And it's exciting to see that the statistics are only getting better for cure. So, yeah.
That's great. Josiah, is there anything else you want to add on, here at the end of this talk, just to share with our audience?
Yeah, I guess, well, my mom summed it up pretty well. Just having just that close attention to just the care was made everything, I think, different. Because yeah, in the earlier times of my treatment, I had a new doctor every time, and nobody really knew what was going on. I was always kind of like just reading the list, and they're like, okay, we're here, and like, no, like that's not the case. So just having consistency, as well as people who know your name when you walk in the door, that's just like so assuring and calming. Just even emotionally, you just need that in that time. And any technology advancement that just makes the medical professional lives easier, just to keep on track and on pace with where you're at, just makes the whole process easier for families, so they can feel more assured and at rest, knowing that you're in good hands. And yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
Love it. I love it. That's exactly what I was thinking, is that, it's at the end of the day, it's really always going to need to be about the patients. And so if we can, as we say at Narrativa, automate things that are mundane or time intensive, so that our skilled, knowledgeable professionals can actually focus on the patient and on their families, that's what we want. We want more of their valuable time, right? To be in the patient to, person to person situation. So that is incredible. Well, thank you both for being on here today. It was great to hear your story. We will have your info about Josiah's Ride and all the organizations that you're involved with here in the description, so people can get connected and support. And we're just thrilled to see where your journey is going to take you. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.